All right, guys, we are back on a special broadcast here. We have Audioholics' first legitimate female reviewer. Her name is Dua Rashid. How you doing, Dua?
Hi everyone, I'm good. How are you, Eugene?
I'm doing great. I want to bring a bigger perspective to Audioholics because we get very technical on this channel. As you guys know, we talk numbers, we talk bits, we talk science, but we're missing out on a core audience of viewers, especially on YouTube. A demographic of YouTube viewers is 95% male and 5% female. I'd like to shift that balance a little bit. I'd like to get a woman's perspective on audio. I'd like to get a younger demographic because, us old folks, we're going to die out one day. And then somebody's got to carry the torch of being an audioholic or an audiophile. And I'm hoping your generation will embrace what we're teaching here and they'll continue to want to, strive for better audio besides just their little headphones or their little iPods or whatever. So I'm glad to welcome you here, Dua. I wanted you to kind of talk a little bit about your background. What got you into audio? What's your education? And, what are you looking to do on Audioholics?
All right, so I did a bachelor's degree in communication studies, which is basically journalism. It was journalism heavy with a little bit of like media studies. So we did a little filmmaking, photography, all of that. But we focused on journalism the most. Right now, I'm doing a master's degree in media studies. And what got me into audio? Okay, so basically, throughout my childhood, I was obsessed with technology, just technology in general. In my spare time, I just used to read up like reviews of the reviews I write. Basically, I just used to read reviews online, even things I'm not planning on getting. That used to be my favorite pastime. Just reading reviews, and I've always been really interested in how technology works. And then last year, 2019, actually, I started working as a tech reviewer for one firm, and then from there, I just started signing up for more work, and it's been more than a year working as a tech reviewer. And audio has been my main interest. I started with the first thing that I reviewed was pair of headphones by Master and Dynamic, and it's just always been my area. That's what I'm most interested in. I now review laptops, tablets, all of these other things also, but audio peripherals in general, speakers, headphones, earphones, they're my main focus. It's also my comfort zone, I think. That's just what I like reviewing. And I don't consider myself very technical, but I just like to kind of read simple reviews written in layman terms and write the same way that caters to like a wider audience instead of a few kind of professionals who have in-depth knowledge about it. And yeah, I'm also studying a little bit of product design right now in my media studies degree. And I hope to kind of in the future maybe integrate my career right now and my education into like a field where I'm behind the scenes of product design, like designing technological products for companies.
Gotcha. Yeah. So my goal for you is basically to cover gadgets and stuff that we often overlook because I spend a lot of time covering expensive speakers and amplifiers and receivers. Most of my guys are into the high end products, but we're missing out on the gadget stuff, and that's what I'm hoping that you can help us with here. I know you've got a couple of headphone reviews already published with us. You guys could check it out on our site, audioholics.com. Go to the headphone review section. There's at least 2 or 3 articles there from Dua. We actually published an article for you that compared different audio codecs from a layman's perspective, what they are. I think that's a very useful article for people that are starting to get into this stuff and they want to know more about wireless streaming and how to get the best sound quality. 2 things we're going to cover today basically is we got you a webcam, a Logitech webcam. I think it's a 4K. Unfortunately, StreamYard doesn't stream in 4K. So your webcam is better than what we're able to stream. But you could share a little bit of your experience about that because we're really happy that Logitech was able to provide us this webcam for you to do this. And I'm going to be putting a link down below for anybody that's looking for a webcam. They could link to that and they could buy it through Amazon. And then we're going to be talking about the Amazon Echo 3D speaker with immersive audio. Immersive audio has really taken off over the last year or so. It started off just with headphones. Then Amazon started doing it with a single speaker. And now, of course, if you have a home theater system, you could do immersive audio if you're streaming through Tidal or you're streaming through Apple Music. And it's an exciting time to be an audiophile that likes multi-channel. So I guess we'll start talking about the Logitech, and then we'll get into the Amazon Echo.
All right, yeah, so Logitech sent me their 4K HD Pro webcam. It's primarily for business meetings, designed for professional use. Unfortunately, we can't see the full potential of it right now, but it's supposed to shoot in 4K at 30 frames per second. It also offers a setting of up to 90 frames per second. That's in 720 pixels. It comes with quite a lot of accessories. It comes with like a travel bag, and then there's a lens shade to protect the lens when it's not in use. It has a built-in stereo mic. So right now, I'm connected to the stereo mic on the webcam, and as you can see, the sound is pretty good. There's a guy playing the trumpet in the room next to me. Can you hear him?
I thought I heard something going on
Oh, okay.
there. Yeah.
All right. It's supposed to offer, yeah.
Most of the time when you get a webcam, you don't want to use the internal mics on it, obviously. So that's something we're going to have to upgrade you, like get a mic like I have here. It takes away the room from the equation, because I could hear a lot of reverb in your room, which is not the fault of the webcam. It's just the proximity of the mic and the reflections of the walls and stuff like that. Microphones are dumb. They sum all of the acoustic anomalies into the same microphone as you're speaking, and it can't differentiate it like your ears can. So your room winds up sounding more echoey than it really is. But with that said, it seems like you're pretty happy with the webcam. It's an upgrade from the webcam that was in your laptop, I'd imagine.
Definitely. Right? Oh, definitely. That the ones on our laptops are really, they're really shitty. Yeah, this one's definitely an upgrade from that. It also features a fairly like simple ergonomics. Like there's a detachable stand that you can see right now. Obviously, just attaches to whatever device you're plugging it to. There's a USB-A to USB-C cable, and the feature that it kind of advertises the most is its bright light technology, which is basically the most useful for low light conditions. The room I'm in right now is pretty well lit, so again, you won't be able to see that right now, but it works the best in low light conditions. Even when the sun is too harsh, it also works best in that. So yeah, it promises basically no lag, so like smooth streaming, which you can see right now. And
good
then,
for gamers, right?
Exactly. And then you mean professional use, yeah. And then good for low light conditions, and then 4K quality, obviously, the built-in stereo mic. Yeah, and all of that is for like $200, I believe, $150, pretty cheap, yeah.
What was the model again? Because I'm going to look it up and put it in the description.
The Logitech 4K HD Pro webcam.
Logitech 4K HD Pro cam. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yes, all right. So that's awesome. You got a webcam. Now we got to get you a mic. That's the next step. Why don't we talk about the Amazon Echo 3D speaker? I'm going to share your screen because you have a little presentation. Before we do that, why don't you show us what the speaker looks like? I see it in front. Can you pick it up and kind of show everybody?
All right, sure. It's pretty heavy. So it's a 7.7 pound machine.
That is pretty, that's bigger than I thought it was.
It's huge. I am struggling to pick it up right now. It's huge. So this is the box that it comes in, and when I saw the picture on this box, I wasn't expecting it to be this big. They've kind of messed up the proportion a little bit. Like you can see, it's as big as this vase over here, and I don't know, it just, the scale is a little out, but when I held the device in my hand for the first time, I was like, okay, wow, this is big. It's really big, it's really heavy. It's more of a bookshelf speaker. Portability isn't really a thing that they thought of while designing this.
Well, heavy's a good thing. Heavy means that there's some good electronics in there. There's probably a bunch of speaker magnets in there that are weighing it down, the amplifiers.
Yeah.
So what's the function of this? Is it operates like a normal Amazon Echo, but it has better sound capability? Is that what it's all about?
Do you want me to share?
Yeah, let me.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the best thing about this. So, okay, let me just put this on. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the best thing about this is that it combines the features of a smart speaker, so the voice activation technology that you get, with 3D audio. So you do get like speakers like these. You have speakers from Google and Apple, and everyone's doing smart speakers these days. But the way that this speaker combines all the smart features with 3D immersive audio is kind of rare. So you can still ask it to kind of create events for you and set timers and reminders and all of that and shop for you and everything. But when you play music on it, it sounds really good. It's immersive, it's 3D, so it combines both of these things, which is really impressive. They also collaborated with Dolby Atmos and Sony's 360 reality audio, so they've used that to make the sound a little more immersive. It has 5 built-in directional speakers, so it makes sure that the sound is not kind of omnidirectional. It's coming from every part of the thing, and when you play it, especially in a big room, you can really see how it's like it's really visible. The best thing about this speaker is that it automatically senses the acoustics of your room, so it kind of fine-tunes the music playback according to the room that it's placed in, no matter what the room is. And all of these pretty professional sounding features come at the price of $200, which is pretty impressive, because considering it sounds like a professional speaker that and combines smart features, that's not a lot of money to pay for.
Well, it explains why it was so hard for you to pick up. It's got 5 speakers in there. So
exactly. We're gonna go over these speakers also soon, but yeah, like when you hold the device in your hand, you can tell it's a sturdy. It gives off such an expensive vibe. The material and everything is so well done. It's pretty. It looks expensive. Like you can tell why it's so heavy. They send you a power cable that you can see apart from the main unit. There's also some paperwork inside, manuals, start guide, and everything. So okay, it's pretty minimal in terms of controls. There's not a lot that's going on here. There is a power port. Oh, you can see the picture also. There's a power port and there's a 3.5 jack next to it. And then the origin of the speaker, like I'm assuming somewhere here, there's a bass aperture to maximize bass output.
yeah,
Then
a little port there.
Yeah. Right above the bass aperture, there's a downward firing woofer. And then on the 2 extreme ends, there's a right and a left mid-range speaker, right? And then pay attention to like where I'm pointing, because that shows how kind of multi-directional the sound is. And then on top, like over here, over here, there's a mid-range there's another mid-range speaker, and right under the right mid-range speaker, so somewhere here, there's a forward-firing tweeter. So they've made sure to kind of distribute speakers in every part of the speaker inside the body. And when you listen to music on this, you can tell how multi-directional it is. It's not coming from one single source. The sound is pretty immersive. It's everywhere in the room.
So yeah, if you walk into the room, will you be able to localize it, or you just hear sound and you're thinking like it's not in that little confined space?
I don't get what you mean. Like, look.
Like if you walking into the room and it's playing music,
yes.
Can you tell it's coming from that little speaker, or do you think it's bigger than that speaker?
Oh no, not at all. Especially if it's no. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not. It doesn't sound like it's coming from a single source, because that's not the sign of a good speaker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's everywhere. It's 360. It's immersive. It's pretty, like, it gives you the sense of, we're going to cover this later also, like, you feel like you're hearing a live performance from the artist. It's so multi-directional that you feel like the drums are here and then the vocals are here. Like, it's so layered. It's so detailed. It has so much space and dimension. Like, you can tell what part of the sound is coming out from what part of the speaker. But when you walk into a room that's playing in which the speaker is placed, you can like tell it's coming from this source only. Yeah.
So can you interlink a bunch of these together in your house? Or if you play music on
Yes.
that one, do they play all of them play, or is it just that one?
We're gonna cover that in the future also. You can link multiple devices, and then you can link the multiple devices that you link together to your Amazon Fire Stick. So these can work as like a home theater system for your TV.
Oh, I didn't know that. So if you're streaming, you're watching
Mhm.
Netflix or something, you don't have to watch it on your TV speakers. You can watch it on
Yeah.
that.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
if you buy two
pretty
of
good.
these and you place like both of them on one, like the one, both ends of the TV, then they just
Right.
work as like a home theater system.
I
Yeah.
gotcha. Did you have more stuff you wanted to show in your slides?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. The pairing process is really simple. Just download the latest version of the Alexa app. Make sure it's the latest version. In some cases, you would need to uninstall it and reinstall it or update it. Make sure Bluetooth is enabled on your phone. Just plug the card into a power outlet. Open the Alexa app, and as I said, it will automatically sense the acoustics of your room and optimize sound quality to provide you like optimal experience. The company recommends to place this at your preferred listening height. I feel like this is fine where it is right now, but you might not want to put it on the ground or somewhere really high up. And they also recommend a 6-inch clearance above and around the speaker.
Gotcha. Someone
Yeah.
has a question. Does it work with AirPlay 2? Do you know that?
I haven't tested that yet.
Okay. Well, we'll try to get the answer, and we'll put the answer in
Yeah, we can do that
comments.
in the live stream. Yeah.
Yep. Someone here says
Yeah.
the echo is bigger than they thought. Yeah, I was pretty surprised
Same.
when you picked it up. Yeah.
Yes. Very heavy also. Yeah. This is a really cool feature about the speaker. They have a mute button here. So if you okay, I'm just gonna do it right now. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The red ring of death.
Exactly. I also really like this ring light that they have. It just adds like a pop of color to this otherwise
That kind of
boring black
traumatizes me
body.
because I used to be an Xbox. I used to have an Xbox 360, and every time I saw that red ring of death, I knew it was over. I had to get a new console. I don't like seeing a red ring.
Bad memory attached. But yeah, I really like the ring light. It's like enhances the aesthetics of the speaker.
Does it change color when you have a network
does.
connection,
It
blue or
does.
whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it right now because it's already paired with my phone, but it's blue in the beginning, and then we'll go over the controls later, but there's an action button. When you're pairing the device, it turns yellow, and then once it's paired, it goes blue again.
Gotcha.
This is red, so there's like a different color for every job that it does. But so if you press the mute button, then the speaker won't listen to the conversations that you have. And the era that we're living in right now, where our devices are always listening to us,
it's nice to mute it.
Scary. Yeah, it's nice to mute it because it won't eavesdrop on your conversations. They claim that they don't sell the personal information that you give it also, because being a smart speaker, like it's literally taking in everything that you're giving it. Like you're telling the speaker about your events and your like
it's better
what
to
you're
mute it when you
buying.
can.
Yeah, literally, like you're telling it what you're gonna buy in the future, what events you're gonna go to in the future, the weather, the traffic. So it knows everything about you. And if it claims it doesn't sell the personal information that you give it to others, then that's
we hope so. So
Yeah,
someone's asking if it has a built-in sub, and there looks like there's a woofer that's down firing with a port. So how's the bass? When you listen to music, was there enough bass for your taste?
Yeah, I was gonna do that in the upcoming slides. The bass is, you literally feel it in your throat and your chest, the kind of bass that you feel in your chest. It makes the speaker pound. I wish I could make you like touch it when it's playing a bass heavy song, but it literally pounds, it vibrates, you can feel it in the room. It's
nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna put on your slides again so you could go over.
Yeah.
7.7 pounds. That is pretty heavy.
Yes, around like 3 kgs or something. Yeah. Covered in mesh fabric. Really, it's very like expensive looking. It's fine. Gives off a really nice vibe. It comes in a cloth bag, which is supposed to be its travel bag. I wasn't a fan of it, honestly. It's kind of lame, to be honest. But at the same time, the device isn't built for portability. in
Yeah.
mind. It's more of a bookshelf speaker, so it's not supposed. The travel bag you're not really going to use. That's okay.
So just so everyone knows, you can't power this with batteries. It has to be plugged in, right?
Yes, yes, like all smart speakers. They've kept the controls very minimal, as you can see in the picture. Also, there are just 4 buttons: the mute button, there are a pair of volume up and down buttons, and then this is the action button or the pairing button. So this is what you're supposed to press for around 15 seconds for it to pair, and they give you like helpful updates. They tell you what they're doing at all times, and the like, with voice prompts, and then the light also goes on. So the pairing process is fairly simple, and the controls are very intuitive also.
So somebody's asking, if you have 2 of these, can you use them as left and right stereo mode?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. You can pair both of them. They were supposed to send me 2 to test out the home theater feature, but yes, you can pair both of them together. They work as left and right stereo speakers. If you connect both of these to an Amazon Fire TV stick, they also work as an intercom. We're gonna go with that also. Yeah.
It's kind of a compelling thing. I mean, if someone's looking to buy a cheap sound bar, this almost seems like this is a better alternative. You get a couple of these in your house, you have more functionality, you have the potential of having somewhat of an immersive effect for 3D audio, and you could watch TV on it, having it as a stereo pair or just doing it as a surround sound kind of thing.
Yeah. Pretty all in one and pretty reasonable, like in terms of price, considering all that it offers. Since it's a really heavy device, I'm assuming they have like handles on the right and the left side of the speaker for easy portability. As I said, the ring light, I really like that feature. It adds like a pop of color. It gives it an aesthetic appeal, and it looks like a pretty robust, sturdy device that's meant to last. So I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Right.
All right. The main part of the thing, the sound quality. It has a peak power of 330 watts, which is pretty impressive. And you can tell it plays an introductory sound when you switch it on. It's supposed to play that before you pair it with your phone, so it's not going to play now. But it starts off with like a low end sound and ends in like a treble heavy sound, and just listening to that you realize how good the sound on this is, because the low end is so heavy but without it being annoyingly thick and heavy as some speakers tend to get, and the treble is really sharp and clear, but then at the same time it retains the richness and the clarity that it retains in the low end. So it never, when you turn the volume up, usually speakers, they tend to like the sound a little strained, right?
Yeah.
But even when you turn the volume up on this, it sounds very rich and clear, and it maintains the power.
One thing that's pretty cool about the technology age that we're living in now is Amazon probably could not have built this speaker 10 or 15 years ago because the technology probably wasn't as mature. So the fact that they have really good Class D amplification for really cheap these days, they could put that much power into a speaker like this, and then it's got all the DSP trickery to do the Atmos effects, and then all the smart capability to do voice prompts for you to give you data like the regular Amazon Echo has. And the cool thing about it too, like you said, is you could stream off of Netflix or any of your favorite TV shows and use it as kind of a pseudo sound bar.
Yeah.
So would you give it 2 thumbs up or 1 thumb up?
Can I give it like rating in stars? I'm more okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. So
I'll
like
give it like
on a scale
stars.
of 1 to 4 stars, on a scale of 1 to 5. Yeah, that's, I mean, for $200, it's
pretty great.
It's probably one of the best solutions out there. I've seen other reviews online where people really raved about it as well. So you're not the only one that's saying good things about this speaker.
Yeah, like I literally didn't find even a single flaw. I tried to, but yeah, it's pretty great.
So what did you listen to that really stood out the most? Like what your favorite song or your artist that when you put it on, you're like,
okay, so you need to sign up for Amazon Music in order to listen to the song of your choice. I just listen to songs on the radio. I listen to a couple of my favorite artists. I listen to J. Cole, and then Katy Perry is my favorite. I just listen to her because she her songs are like high frequency.
Yeah, they sound good. Yeah.
Yeah. J. Cole I listened to for mid range. It was pretty. The thing that I like about the speaker is how spacious the sound sounds. It's so it has a sense of like dimension in it, and then
Hmm.
that gives you a sense of kind of openness also, right? It's really detailed. Sometimes speakers or like even headphones make your sound really like clustered, as if everything, the vocals and the instruments, they've been thrown in together and just sounds
Yeah.
like one big cluster. This is really like sound is really spacious and it's really clean. So that's what I liked about that. And then high frequency, again, the SPL capability on this is pretty insane, and that allows it to go to like really high volume. So even like considering how high the volume gets, the sound still didn't get distorted or strained. It remained really crisp and really sharp. And the high notes, which usually they tend to get really distorted, they kind of retained their richness. This is what I do all the time. I always put Katy Perry on whenever I'm reviewing a speaker or a pair of headphones, and usually the sound gets a little distorted when she sings like high
So it
notes.
didn't do it on the speaker.
Not at all. Not at all. I can give you a demo also. It's pretty. I would have to look. I would have to see what's on the radio right now. What
Man,
Katy Perry.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to request a sample for myself and from Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring
It's
it in
pretty
here.
cheap. Yeah. Even
Yeah.
I was considering, yeah, I don't have any speakers right now. I was considering that, but it's too big. I'm living in a dorm right now and I feel like it's going to take up a lot of space.
That's actually the perfect speaker for a dorm because you don't want to put a pair of speakers and an amplifier in there. I mean, I would find shelf space and just use that.
I don't have any shelf space. I was going for like the really tiny speakers that you have because I don't really need it right now. Maybe when we're going out, I just need like a very tiny speaker that I can put. Oh, also, that's another reason. I mostly need it for going out, and this has to be connected to a power outlet. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Low end capability, this is another thing that a lot of speakers mess up. They try to make the low end sound so bass heavy that the sound ends up being annoyingly thick. It's not like it's just not fun anymore. It's just they've tried to emphasize the bass a lot, but this speaker, it maintains like the perfect balance. It does give you like what I said. It gives you that feeling in your throat and your chest, and it makes the speaker pound and everything. When you walk into a room, you can feel the bass, but it sounds fine. It doesn't make it too heavy, overly
That's good.
heavy. Yeah. Yeah, we kind of went over this already. The 5 speakers inside, they're all directional. They make the sound pretty immersive. Also, the Echo Studio prefers to play the 3D version of your track always. So it's going to show you a badge to indicate a song is 3D on your phone when you're pairing it with your phone. It's going to show you a badge to show that this song that's playing is 3D. And whenever a 3D version is available, it's going to play that, which is really nice.
That's good because you don't want, the last thing you want is to have an immersive speaker and then have to search and try to find the 3D track when there's like 5 different versions of it. So it automatically defaults to the 3D track. That's a useful feature.
Yeah. And then the smart features are kind of the same as like every other speaker. You can set alarms, timers, check your calendar, do all of that. It's obviously linked to Amazon, the website, so you can order things. You can tell them if you've ordered something already, you can just ask it to reorder, update you on daily news and everything. And then, of course, it pairs with the smart devices in your house also, your lights, and thermostat, and everything. And the thing we already talked about, how you can connect 1 or 2 of these, and then you can connect that with your Fire TV stick, and you can set up your very own home theater system. These are my 2 favorite features about the speaker. They're really cool. I don't think a lot of speakers feature this. Smart speakers feature this. You can use it as an intercom. So if you have 2 of these, you can just kind of make announcements or have like conversations in your house with other household members. And you can also create a routine. So you just have to tell the speaker what to do once, and then every day it's just gonna like turn your coffee machine on in the morning.
Can a regular Amazon speaker do the intercom mode, or is that an exclusive feature for this one?
No. The small, the what do you call it? The Echo, Amazon Echo
Yeah,
Dot.
the little hockey
Yeah,
puck ones. They
yeah,
can't do
yeah.
that.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Somebody was
just
asking, does it have an analog? Does it have an analog output? I'm sorry, an analog input, so you can
No.
plug. No, it doesn't. Okay.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it would like turn your coffee machine on in the morning and then like turn off your lights
Yeah, so
at
you could set
night,
up
all of that.
you could set up an Amazon ecosystem to do some smart functions in your house,
Yeah.
basically, with it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so the fact that you get good quality music, the kind of music that you would expect from, if not in high end, then maybe like mid range to high end speaker, and plenty of smart features, in a nice sturdy body with a simple pairing process and everything, and a minimal controls layout for just $200 is pretty good in my opinion.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for giving us a rundown of this. Guys, Do It actually has a written review. I have not published it yet, but it will be on the audioholics.com website probably in a week or two. So if you want to hear more details of her listening experience and setup, it'll be on the Audioholics editorial site, and I'll wrap this video in it as well in a week or two. So if you want to hear more details of her listening, my voice for some reason.
It'll
Be on the
oh, sorry.
and I'll wrap this video in it as well a week or two. So if you want more details, there we go. I muted it. Okay, guys. Well, Do It. It was a pleasure having you here. I'd like to have you back, maybe once a month if you want to go over some of the gadgets that you're covering for us and give us kind of an update here. That would be really cool if you're into that.
Yeah, of course. I look forward to that.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate you being here. Guys, don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You get direct access to me if you want to ask questions or suggest video topics. Do it. It was great having you here as part of a team. I really appreciate getting your perspective on these gadgets that you're going to be covering for us. And until next time, my friends, keep listening.
Thank you.